Hi everybody, I'm Kim Elliott. I'm the publisher of Rabble.ca. Today's a very exciting day for us at Rabble as we launch Rabble TV. Rabble TV is turning television from a controlled broadcast medium into a video conversation of people across the country. We're launching it today with coverage of anti-war protests in cities across the country. We have people in Vancouver, we're going to do major coverage in Toronto, and I'm here in Ottawa today. Now, before heading out to the protests, I'm going to be having a conversation with a number of protesters about why they believe protesting is important and what message they have to say today.
François Picard from the Student Coalition Against War. Well, we're definitely hoping that the rally today will help keep the issue of the war in Afghanistan in the public debate. It is essential, especially after the parliamentary vote of Thursday, to extend the mission until 2011, to keep this debate alive. And it's important for the anti-war movement to be very present, whether it's in the media or just in society in general on our campuses. As a student, I'm part of the Student Coalition Against War, and it's been really tough to keep this issue alive until a few months ago, when there started to be talks about extending the war in Afghanistan. So we really want to keep this debate going on, and to make sure that the peace movement is heard loud and clear in the media and in society in general. La manifestation d'aujourd'hui est à mon avis essentielle pour le mouvement pacifiste au Canada, afin de garder le débat de l'Afghanistan présent. C'est très difficile de mobiliser autour d'un enjeu comme une guerre dans laquelle on est impliqué depuis 5 ans. Donc jusqu'à il y a quelques mois, jusqu'à ce qu'on commence à parler de l'extension de la mission en Afghanistan, le débat n'était juste pas présent. Donc, surtout après le vote au Parlement pour étendre la mission, il est essentiel que le mouvement pour la paix se fasse entendre et soit très présent. La journée d'aujourd'hui aura un très grand impact, je crois, sur la direction dans laquelle s'en va le mouvement pour la paix au Canada.
Hi, my name is Federico Carvajal. I'm with the Graduate Student Association at the University of Ottawa, as well as the Student Coalition Against War. And I'm really excited about today. I think it's important that the Canadians come out on the streets today and do what the Conservative government and the Liberal Party have failed to do, which is to stand up for Canadians and to stand up for what Canadians believe in. What we saw in the House of Commons on Thursday was the Liberal Party joining the Conservative government to extend again this war, a war that doesn't make sense for Canadians, that doesn't make sense for Afghans. And I think that what we saw at the gallery of Parliament Hill that day, when people stood up to oppose the extension of the mission, was what Canadians will be doing out on the streets today in Toronto, in Ottawa, in Montreal, and all across Canada as well. So I think it's important that citizens get out today and continue to put this on the public eye. I think it's important that we continue to oppose a policy of warmongering that does not bring stability to the region in the Middle East, that does not do anything to increase human rights in Afghanistan, and that doesn't address the core issues that Afghani society is facing right now. This war was wrong to begin with. When we joined this mission, we decided to go along with George Bush's policies of war and division, and I think it's important that Canadians continue to oppose this. This, we have to remember, was a Liberal mission originally. It was under Chrétien's government, and then of course when the Conservative government came in, Harper decided to continue the mission with support from some of the Liberal MPs. The motion that was passed in Parliament on Thursday has basically extended this war for 2 more years, putting more Canadian lives on the line, as well as many more Afghani civilian lives on the line. And I think it's important that we continue to voice our opposition to this. We do not have an an official opposition anymore. The Liberal Party has proved that they do not believe in Canadians, they do not listen to Canadians, and they're not willing to stand up to Canadians. And they make their decisions based on polls, on how likely it is that they will get some more seats in the elections. And I think that we basically have a parliament that governs as a majority, so the Liberals have decided to join the Harper's Conservatives in this government and to govern against Canadians and despite of Canadians. So I think that right now people need to stand up. It was proven on Thursday that we cannot expect our politicians to stand up for us, and I think we need to do it ourselves. And I'm really hoping that people will come out on the streets today. I mean, there's going to be a lot of students going out. There's going to be people from many other areas of society. And I think even though the numbers might not be in the thousands that we used to have when the Iraq War was starting a few years ago, I think that people will definitely remember that if we want anything to change, we're going to have to do it ourselves, because we cannot depend on our government any longer to do so.
Hello, my name is Leah Tarachansky. I'm part of the People's Global Action Bloc Ottawa, and I'm a news intern at Rabble.ca. I hope that today's rally will contribute to a global effort on behalf of millions of people that oppose this war and have opposed Canada and the United States involvement in the Middle East. I hope that this rally goes to show not only that there is a significant amount of opposition to this war in Canada, but also that there are people that are willing to stand up against it. I hope this rally celebrates a diversity of tactics and shows really the involvement and the message that we hope to send around the world. So I think it's a rally of solidarity, and I think most of all it's important for the people organizing in Afghanistan, people that are working on human rights also in Iraq and in the rest of the Middle East, to know that we in this country oppose our contribution to their devastation. It's important for human rights organizations and women's rights organizations there to know that they have allies here who are willing to stand up for them and stand up in solidarity with them against this war. I think so far the past 5 years have shown the atrocities that come along with imposing what we call democracy upon other countries. And I hope that today's rally really demonstrates that we do not believe the propaganda. We do not believe what we are told. We can see what is happening there, and thanks to the democratization of information, namely through the internet, we can work with the people there to help establish something much stronger, much better than this. Thank you.
I'm Libby Davies. I'm a Member of Parliament for Vancouver East, and I just happen to be staying in Ottawa this weekend, so I'm attending the anti-war rally. And I think it's really important that people get out on the street and right across Canada and join the protests that are going on around the world to say no to war. Here in Canada, Canada is complicit in the war in Afghanistan. We're part of George Bush's war on terror. We just lost a very significant vote in Parliament a couple of days ago, where the Canadian government, with the support of the Liberals, voted to extend Canada's combat mission in Afghanistan to 2011. And even then, there's no guarantee that our involvement in the war will end. So I think it's really important today, given that vote, for the Canadian people to stand up and make sure their voices are heard here in Ottawa. Because what Mr. Harper is doing has no mandate from the Canadian people. What Mr. Dion is doing and joining him has no mandate from the Canadian people. In fact, a majority of Canadians do not support the combat mission in Afghanistan. So I'm hoping that lots of folks will get out there, including in Vancouver, to make sure that we're heard and that we have a very strong and powerful voice to say that Canada should not be choosing this path of war. We should be making sure that Canada contributes in the international community towards a path of peace.
Hi everyone, I'm Ben Safer from the group NION, which is Not in Our Name, and I'm here for the World Against War Day to show solidarity with two groups of people. The first group are the people in Palestine, in Afghanistan, and in Iraq who are organizing to oppose these illegal occupations. And the second group is showing solidarity with my fellow Canadians. Right now, over 60% of Canadians oppose extending the mission in Afghanistan, yet somehow through some cynical manipulation through Parliament, both the Conservative Party and the supposed opposition party pushed through the measure and supported the measure to extend our mission. So I think it's important that today, as Canadians, we show, as the people, through grassroots organizing, that we oppose the mission and that we oppose this phony war on terror. Thanks.